Now, B says that the factory employs 5 workers who each take home a net wage of 179,376 per annum. I am going to highlight that. It is a net wage, okay? It is a net wage per annum. And we are looking for a gross wage. That's the one that we will record as a direct labor, only the gross wage plus the contributions by the employer. Now, this is after a total of 26% is deducted for pay as you earn and UIF. That 179,376 is after we deducted 26%, so it is at 74%. So that 179,376 is at 74%. Fortunately, they say there are no company contributions for factory workers. Good. So we just need to find the gross wage, and that's what will be our direct labor cost. Note that we don't have a note for direct labor cost. I will simply record it here as part of my calculation for production cost. Therefore, my direct labor cost will be, we're looking for gross wage, which will be 100%. And we're given the net wage of 74%. Therefore, you will multiply 179,376 by 100 divided by 74. It'll give you a gross wage of 242,400. For 5 workers, that will be 1,212,000. Add these up, they will give you a prime cost. Done. Let's move on. Number 4 is all about general expenses. And they gave us everything which is at the end of the financial year. Rent expense, they say, is paid 1 month in advance and is allocated as per the floor space occupied by each department. Remember the floor space? This is the total floor space, and that's how much is occupied by the factory. We will multiply only the rent expense that falls within the current financial year by 1,000 and divided by 1,500. Remember from the previous year that I made on manufacturing or cost accounting, I said to you, adjust before you allocate. Adjust before you allocate. There's a problem with this rent expense. They told you that it is for 13 months and we're only looking for rent for 12 months. So you will take that 234,000 and minus the other extra rent that was received, which is for the 13th month. Then multiply by 100 divided by 1,500. Your rent expense allocated to the factory will be that 144,000. That's it. C tells us that the factory uses 85% of water and electricity. Take your actual expense. You don't need to adjust it here because they said nothing about the adjustment or the water bill not being paid. Take it and multiply it by 80%. So it'll be 60%, 60,000 times 85%, because 85% of that will go to the factory, and that will give you 51,000. That one was easy, I must say. Next one, insurance for February 2022 is still owing. Now we need to adjust first. We need to add insurance for February. That means the insurance that we have paid is only for 11 months. We need insurance for 12 months. And they gave us the method or the allocation base using the ratio. So we will allocate our insurance using this ratio here. The total will be 6. So whatever we want, we'll just multiply it by that what we want divided by 6. When you add 3 plus 1 plus 2, it'll give you 6 in total. And they told you that insurance remained unchanged, making it a bit easy for us. You will take your insurance, simply multiply it by 3 divided by 6. Before, you will divide it first by 11 to get the extra insurance that we're missing that we didn't pay, which is your accrued expense. To get our total insurance, you will add that to the total amount of 45,100. Then adjust before you allocate. We've adjusted, now you allocate the next step. And we will get our insurance expenses 24,600. Now they say no factory equipment was bought or sold during the year. They're just telling us to calculate depreciation there. To calculate depreciation, I'll go back. I don't think we were given any depreciation rate. I read the entire thing. There was no depreciation rate. So there was no way I can use even that factory equipment value. I just look at my accumulated depreciation and I remember that accumulated depreciation is only increased by depreciation. So find the difference of your accumulated depreciation. You will notice that end of year accumulated depreciation is greater than beginning of year accumulated depreciation. So there was depreciation for the current year. Since they told you that no asset was sold or no asset was purchased, that means the only thing that increased accumulated depreciation was depreciation. It did not decrease for this year. Now, when I calculate my depreciation, I'll take 945,000 minus 735,000, and my depreciation will be 210,000. F, an amount of 23,800 was allocated to administrative officers as the annual allocation of the Wi-Fi costs. This makes up 70% of the total cost. So this is 70%. All right. And the factory is allocated only 10% of that. So we don't need to adjust here. It will just take that 23,800 times it by 10, divided by 70%. Multiply by what you want, divide by what you have. And that'll give us our Wi-Fi cost of 3,400. Just add everything up. It'll give you a total factory overheads, which is 1,295,000. We are going to put that in our production cost as factory overheads. Add it up with prime cost, it'll give you total manufacturing cost. Add work in progress at the beginning of the year, subtract work in progress at the end of the year, you will get your production cost of 3,884,000. That'll go to your finished goods, cost of finished goods. So we've got balance already, so you will put it there as cost of finished goods, and that will be your production cost. You add it, and then you subtract the value of your closing stock, but we don't have. We need cost of sales, obviously, since we don't have balance at the end of the year. Then they say finished goods. The total sales for the year amounted to 9,400,000. And then they gave us the markup. How nice. Come on. Now they want us to calculate the cost of sales. So to calculate cost of sales, you'll take that 9,400,000 multiplied by 100 divided by 250. Did I say 150? No, you divide it by 250. It'll give you that 3,760,000. And from there, you will just have to work in reverse or just apply reverse operations. You will take 3,760,000 minus 3,884,000 minus 1,908,000. That'll give you the cost of sales figure. That's it. You did? That's good. If you do, remember to like and subscribe, share with your friends, and just let everybody know that there's this cool accounting channel. Thank you for watching. Kgotso.